You asked for some more inexpensive family meals. It's coming your way. Main dishes for under $1 a serving. If you don't know me, I'm Hope from Under the Median, where every week on this channel we talk about practical frugality. Recently, we've had a lot of viewers that have contacted us saying, please show us more tips and strategies for stretching that grocery budget. Today, I went to Kroger and I scored a major markdown haul. So let's start by taking a look at that haul from Kroger. I literally just walked in the door about 15 minutes ago. I hit up Kroger on my way home and I got some great deals. I got this garden lettuce. There's 12 ounces there. That's marked down to 92 cents. I got 1, 2, 3, and 4 of them. I'll show you in just a second what I plan to do with everything. And by the way, one of the ingredients that I got is gonna be slightly controversial, I'm pretty sure. I got one of the mesh bags. These mesh bags at Kroger, if you've never seen them, anything that is inside the mesh bag, you get the whole bag for 99 cents. These were 3 green peppers and they look like they're in pretty doggone good shape. I got almonds marked down, a pound of almonds for $3.99. Look at that, 32 ounces of real maple syrup. It's upside down. $3.99 for 32 ounces of maple syrup. That is a tremendous buy. Now here's the controversial things. It's nearly always less expensive to make your own spice mix instead of purchasing spice mix, including the fact that there's a whole lot of sodium in pre-made spice mixes. But here's what I found. This is organic and it's Sloppy Joe mix. It was marked down to 29 cents. One of the things you want to think about when you find something like this is whether you want to use the whole thing to actually make Sloppy Joes like it says to, or whether you want to use a couple of tablespoons of this in, say, soup in lieu of putting in maybe a bouillon cube. There's lots of other ways that you can use these mixes other than just what it says on the package. So I got 1, I think I got 4 of them. I'm going to count here and I'll show you the other mix I got. 1, 2, 3. I got 4 of the organic Sloppy Joe mix. And I also got 3 organic mushroom sauce mixes. Now, once again, this is convenience food, guys. One of the things that I really think is important to remember, though, is that sometimes we get into this mindset, this frame of mind that says, I have to do everything from scratch or I'm not really being frugal. There is a time and a place to use something that's actually been prepared. And for 29 cents, I figured this was it. And once again, this is not healthy, all right? It's got a lot of sodium in it, and I totally understand that. But it is something that's going to make my life a whole lot easier when I come home, like tonight on a Friday night at 6:30, and I am exhausted and need to get supper on the table. A couple of things I thought about doing with the mushroom sauce mix. We make a really nice grain loaf that usually we top with barbecue sauce. I thought this might be really nice on top of that. The other thing I thought about doing with this is adding it to soup in order to provide sort of a depth of flavor and that mushroom flavor to soups rather than just use it as mushroom sauce. Now, what do I plan to do with the rest of these items? We'll use 2 of these for supper tonight. Larry has on a pound of lentils that he is cooking. Now, 1 pound of lentils is about 2¼ pounds. It cooks up to 6 cups of lentils. This is half of that pound after it's cooked. To this, I added a little over half of a packet of taco seasoning. We're going to put it over 2 of these bags of the classic garden salad. And to that, we'll be adding 1 can of corn. We're also going to add a little bit of diced white onion, some vegan salad dressing that I got on clearance. And then I'm also going to add some thinly sliced black olives. So basically, we are making a vegan taco salad. That will be for supper tonight. Now, I also took the other half of the lentils and I separated those out and used one of those packets of Sloppy Joe mix. To the packet of Sloppy Joe mix, I added 1 cup of water, and then I stirred in 1 small container of tomato paste and let it sit on the stove and just simmer for about 5 minutes, and that's how that came out. What I thought would be really fun to do is to make what we like to call a sweet and sour salad. It's just a basic salad. It's a dump salad, guys. So I'm gonna take some cans of corn. I got 2 cans of corn out of the pantry. I got a can of sweet peas. I got 2 cans of mixed green beans, and I got 2 cans of dark red kidney beans. Got all of this out of the back of the pantry. We're gonna make a large dump salad to go alongside of that. I've got about half of a small white onion here and 2 cloves of fresh garlic. We'll put that in there. To that, I'm going to add, now I drained these and I also rinsed them. Anytime you have canned goods that have sodium in them, you can drain them and rinse them well in water. It's gonna rinse off about 40% of that sodium. Some of these didn't have sodium added anyway, but I wanted to go ahead and drain and rinse them because you don't want any liquid in with this dump salad. That is 1 can of corn, 2 cans of cut green beans, and I'm hoping this all fits in here because this is going to be really big. This is going to serve us for quite a while. I have 1 can of sweet peas, 1 can of the white shoe peg corn. Now, all of the canned goods that I've shown you so far, I paid about 50 cents a can, except for this. This was on sale at Hy-Vee a while back. It was 33 cents a can, guys. And for the white shoe peg corn, that's quite a treat to put into this dump salad. All right, that goes in. Then we have 2 cans of kidney beans. Put that in. Let's make a super quick sweet and sour dressing to go over the top. I have 1 cup of white vinegar. To that, I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Yes, that's going to add a little bit of sodium. I'm really bad at measuring, guys. So I'm going to say about a half a teaspoon or so of some granulated onion. And then I'm also going to add a little bit less than that of the garlic powder. I like to add just a little bit more flavor. It would help if I actually opened it where the small holes were instead of the big one. That would be a tragic mistake to make, wouldn't it? All right, we're gonna put that in. And then this is that maple syrup that I got on clearance, 32 ounces of it for $3.99. And we're gonna add a little bit. I like to add a couple of tablespoons, that's generous tablespoons, of maple syrup, and we're going to give this a little stir. I tend to like my salad dressings a little more sour than sweet. I really, really want to taste that vinegar in my salad dressing. I don't like them too sweet. After this is all whisked together, we're just going to pour it over the top of here. That should be enough. We're not adding any oil to this salad. It honestly isn't necessary. Then all we're going to do is give this a toss. And we want to let this marinate for a couple of hours before we serve it. And all that nice, like the onion is going to be perfect. That onion flavor is going to be absolutely perfect in here. Let it marinate in the refrigerator, and it makes a really nice, refreshing salad. And we'll serve that salad on top of these 2 bags of lettuce that is left over. One more item that I made some split pea soup. I bought 25 pounds of split peas quite a while back, paid 69 cents a pound. So it was 1 pound of split peas, and it was the other half of the white onion that I put in here. The other half of that onion went in with the split peas. 3 cloves of garlic went in there, 3 small carrots that I had in the refrigerator, and a couple of stalks of celery that I chopped up very small. Then I also added a little bit of liquid smoke, some spices, which were a little bit of the onion powder, garlic powder, basil, a little bit of no salt seasoning, my favorite brand, Kirkland. I absolutely love it. I almost forgot, I add a healthy slug of hot sauce to the split pea soup. Let me just remind you of everything we made before I show you the grand total of exactly what it costs to make these 4 dishes and how much it is per serving. First, I made that dump salad I called a sweet and sour salad. That made a lot of salad, definitely enough for 5 days. The lentil sloppy joes came next. The lentil sloppy joes lasted us for 2 meals. And then we moved along to the lentil taco filling. That once again was enough for 2 meals. And the split pea soup, enough for 2 bowls for each of us. Altogether, definitely this food will last us for main dishes for 5 days this week. The total that I spent to make these dishes, I actually created a chart for you to show you all of the ingredients that I used to create these meals. And we look all the way down at the bottom and see that there were 20 servings. The grand total of all the ingredients comes in just under $15. That means that we had 20 servings, $2.92 per meal, and the grand total per serving comes in at 73 cents per serving. And that is how you menu plan when you do manage to get things on markdown. You begin to think of those markdown items in terms of not how they were intended to be used like this, but how you can use it and make it stretch and go even farther. And you begin to think about how to put items together that you've already bought previously on sale or on markdown. And when you do that, the overall cost of your grocery budget will actually plummet. Now, if you want some more tips on strategies on how to lower overall grocery costs, we actually did a video that showed you 50 different ways that you can lower grocery costs. That video is right over there. If you haven't watched it, this is a great time to go take a look.